How's it going, everybody? It's CJ here. I want to do a quick little video for some cards that could be going up in value pretty soon, some speculations that I have, and yeah, we're just going to dive in. The first handful are because they did not get a reprint inside of the Challenger decks, Teferi Hero Dominaria being one of the most notable ones. This is a card that a lot of people thought was going to get reprinted in it, and did not see a reprint. As you can see, the price has already started to go up, so getting in now before it's too late is definitely what I would do if I were you. There are still a good number of copies available in the cheaper price range, but it is going up. Next card is Tertius Kanta. It is currently sitting at around $14 and almost $15, and it's at almost $16 now. It's another card that a lot of people thought was going to get reprinted and didn't, and could easily go up in price because of that. Next up is Carnage Tyrant. So I'm not really sure what's going on at the price here, because it was at $15, but its listed median's already up to $21. So this is a card that's already spiking pretty hard, even though you can get it pretty cheap still. There's got to be like some copies that are just ridiculously expensive for no reason or something. Not really played for 50, yeah, it makes no sense. But yeah, this is a card that obviously did not see a reprint, and I believe will be going up in price as it's a very strong card. It probably should have been in the Golgari mid-range deck, but it was not. And yeah, Carnage Tyrant. Next one I'm talking about is Vivien Reid, another card that was neglected from the Golgari mid-range deck. It's better than Vraska in that deck for the most part. Oftentimes used oftentimes it replaces Vraska, and it's seen a little bit of a price jump so far, $2 it looks like. But it's another card that is not seeing a reprint, and a lot of people thought could have, so the price could be very fluid pretty soon and could be going up in price. Next up, this is my least favorite out of all of them, Nexus of Fate. Some people thought it was going to see a reprint. It's not. It's already going up a bit, but I don't think this card is going to sustain much value, and I don't think it's going to hit a very high price point again. I think it's already hit its max, and I think it's on its way out. But it is a card that did not see a reprint, could have been reprinted, and does see a lot of standard play, so it could go up in value pretty easily just because of the lack of a reprint. Next up is some cards that I think are also going to go up because not just because they were not reprinted, but also because they are going to be very good tech in the upcoming set, after the upcoming set comes out, after War of the Spark drops, because they're good Planeswalker hate cards and do see a lot of play already. Assassin's Trophy being one of them. It's already seen a little bit, about $1.50 increase, and I can only see it going up. It's a very powerful card and very strong against Planeswalkers. Another card, Vraska's Contempt. Both Vraska's Contempt and Assassin's Trophy should have been in the Golgari midrange deck, or could have been, yet they were not. And Vraska's Contempt, another Planeswalker tech card. It's also already seen a $1 increase, and you can still get some available for the lower price. A card that I would definitely speculate on based on the Planeswalkers coming out in a new set. Bedevil. I like this one a lot. If Rakdos can shore up its potential, like if Rakdos can become a little stronger, Bedevil is going to be amazing tech against Planeswalkers because it's very versatile at instant speed. It's a very good card, very good speculation card in my opinion. I think it's a strong choice, and it was not reprinted in Challenger decks, so it wouldn't make sense for it to have been, but it's just a good Planeswalker tech card in the new upcoming meta. And then there's Sorcerer's Spyglass. I did not think this was going to be reprinted. I just think this is a very powerful card against Planeswalkers and can could end up seeing a ton of play after War of the Spark comes out as Planeswalker tech, either in the sideboard or in main boards, just because it is a very powerful card. It's a very strong effect, and it's not seeing much of an uptick yet. When Spark comes out, I believe it will jump in price. I think this is one of the best techs against Planeswalkers. Next up is non-standard related stuff. This is all mostly War of the Spark speculation, and it's mostly EDH speculation. Atraxa is the primary commander for Super Friends decks. That's the reason why I think she could see an uptick in price and play, because more Super Friends decks, more Planeswalkers means more Super Friends decks. If people have, say, 20 Planeswalkers or 36 Planeswalkers from opening a box, a lot of them are going to fit into Atraxa's colors, and they're going to want to play with them. So they could easily just throw together an Atraxa deck after buying Atraxa and a couple other pieces. So I think she's going to see a big uptick in usage and price. Captain Sisay, I love this card for for Super Friends decks, like either in the 9/9, not really as a commander just because of the limitation on colors, but it can become a better commander now because of the influx of a ton more Planeswalkers. But in the 99, it can tap and it can just tutor out whatever Planeswalker you need at the time, which is a very powerful effect. This is unrelated to... Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I also wanted to... Well, yeah. So we're going to stick with the Planeswalker stuff first. Some cards here that are going to see upticks in price. So the Oath sets, like Oath of Nissa and Oath of Teferi. Oath of Teferi is a very good one in the deck. Oath of Nissa is a good one. All these have started going up, and you get in now before it's too late. The Chain Veil, it's already too late on. It might see some more growth, but at this point it's a little late. Deeplusk Gate spiked hard. It's way too late for Deeplusk Gate. But Doubling Season, if you have the funds, that's a good one to go and get. I would not invest in a Planeswalker just because there's so many more coming. That's the reason why these are spiking. Astral Cornucopia could be cool. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth is too mana intensive to really spike that hard, but it's a great card. Arena Rector. Arena Rector is one that I think is good to get in on now. It's going to be very powerful in one of these decks. It is very powerful in the Super Friends deck, and people are going to want to play it if they're building Super Friends. Same thing with Pier. Even though he already did recently spike, I think he does still have room to grow just because of this. I believe Thrumming Bird has some room to grow. It's been a while since that's been reprinted, and very strong in commander decks. Is almost always in a deck. Let's see. None of these are very... Oh, Cult of the Gatewatch, that's a good one. Or Call the Gatewatch, that's a good one. It's a good tutor for Planeswalker. Deploy the Gatewatch is one that I really like. A mythic that can almost end the game depending on what you hit. But in a very Planeswalker intensive deck, it will do a lot of work. Tezzer's Gambit is a pretty good one too in the deck. Urza's Ruinous Blast is fantastic in the deck, but it's such a low price point, I don't think it's going to be going up too much. Settle the Score foils I think are good for standard. If you're going to get Settle the Score, get a foil one, because I don't think the regular uncommon is going to go up too much. Let's see. Rings of Brighthearth. I will be talking about this again in a second. Sorry, my dog is freaking out at the TV. Rings of Brighthearth I'll be talking about soon, so just keep that in mind. Contagion Clasp is very strong, along with, did I already pass? Contagion Engine. Both of those are staples inside of these types of decks. Inexorable Tide, also very powerful in Planeswalker heavy decks. Proliferate just helps a lot. And there's a bunch of Planeswalkers, so yeah, that's good for the Planeswalkers. Next I wanted to talk about, unrelated, Vampiric Tutor. So Vampiric Tutor, the Eternal Masters one in particular, has recently spiked very hard. If you look at the pricing, its market price is at $57, its listed median is at $76. So it's too late to get in on this card. However, some of the other copies you can still get in on, like the white bordered 6th edition version is not one of the ones. Let's see. Okay. The Visions version. Also, okay, there's still a few copies of the Visions version that are cheaper, around $56. And if you need a Vampiric Tutor, you should get it now, because if you don't get it now, it's going to be too expensive. It's going to just go up in price. If all the versions follow the Eternal Masters version, these are all going to be $10 more. Then Rings of Brighthearth. I mentioned this earlier. It's a great card, and it already spiked once, and it went up to about $42, and then it spiked again, and now the median's at $65, with most copies on TCG Player being in the 60s. However, if you go to Card Kingdom right now, they still have supply at $45. So if you really want this card, you should get it now, and you should go to Card Kingdom to go grab it. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, well, just to reiterify these earlier cards, Teferi could have easily been inside the blue-white control deck, and he wasn't. And so other cards from the blue-white control deck could go up like that, or cards that, hold on, sorry. Like, people are going to be buying the Challenger decks. So cards that would fit into the Challenger decks as upgrades are cards that are going to go up in price. So Teferi is going to go up in price because it'll fit into the blue-white control deck, and people will want to improve that deck. Search for Azcanta is the same thing. It'll fit in also mono blue tempo, but really blue-white control, it fits into the deck, and it would improve the deck, so after people buy it, they're going to buy this to improve the deck. And that's going to cause the price to go up. The Golgari mid-range deck is going to have Carnage Tyrant, Vivian, and Assassin's Trophy, and Vraska's Contempt all go up in price because they weren't featured in the deck, and they are great upgrades for the deck. Nexus of Fate, the deck for Nexus of Fate was not printed, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think it's going to see as big of a spike. Same thing with Bedevil, but at least Bedevil has the Planeswalker aspect coming to it. So there's a lot of cards that did not see spikes, or did not see reprints that are going to spike just because they weren't featured. And some of the other cards like that are like Risk Factor, that's a card that you could see going up soon. And a lot of the other shock lands, because the only shock land that was actually printed in it was Overgrown Tombs, so Steam Vents is probably going to see an uptick in price. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you think. I'm going to try to be producing more of these, and sometimes they're going to be really last minute, not very good quality videos, so be ready for that, because I'm going to want to get it out as fast as possible so nobody misses out. And I just really hope you enjoy the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Pause. Stop.